Feeling lost, overlooked, or just plain stuck in a life you didn't sign up for? You're not alone, and believe it or not, there's a story thousands of years old that feels like it was written just for you. Let's talk about Joseph. No, not the one from the Christmas story, but Joseph with the famous colorful coat. His story starts out pretty great. He's the favorite son, has these incredible dreams about his future, and wears this amazing gift from his dad. He's got it made, right? But here's where it gets real. His own brothers, consumed by jealousy, sell him into slavery. Imagine that. One day you're the golden child, and the next, you're a piece of property being carted off to a foreign land. His dreams seem like a cruel joke. In Egypt, things don't get much better. He's a slave in the house of a high-ranking official named Potiphar. Now, Joseph is a hard worker. He's responsible, he's got integrity, and he quickly earns Potiphar's trust. He gets promoted and is put in charge of the entire household. It looks like things are finally turning around. Maybe this wasn't the path he dreamed of, but he's making the best of it. He's finding success even in the worst of circumstances. But then, disaster strikes again. Potiphar's wife makes a move on him. Joseph, being the man of integrity he is, refuses her. He literally runs away, leaving his cloak behind. But she doesn't take rejection well. She flips the story, accuses him of attacking her, and uses his own cloak as evidence. Just like that, his newfound success is ripped away. He's thrown into prison for a crime he didn't commit. Can you imagine the frustration? He did the right thing, and he was punished for it. He's gone from favored son, to slave, to trusted manager, and now to a prisoner in a dark, forgotten dungeon. How many of us have felt like that? You try to do everything right. You work hard. You maintain your integrity, but you still end up getting knocked down. It feels unfair. It feels like your efforts are for nothing. You might start to wonder, where's God in all this? Does he even see what's happening? Joseph must have asked himself those same questions, sitting in that cold, damp cell. His colorful coat was a distant memory, and his dreams of greatness probably felt like a fantasy. But here's the most important part of Joseph's story. Even in prison, he doesn't give up. He doesn't become bitter or resentful. He continues to be who he is, a man of character and faith. He starts helping out, interpreting dreams for his fellow prisoners, a cupbearer and a baker. He uses his gifts, even in the darkest of places. He correctly predicts their futures and asks the cupbearer to remember him when he's restored to his position. And what happens? The cupbearer gets out, gets his job back, and completely forgets about Joseph. For 2 more years. 2 more long years of waiting in that prison, forgotten. This might be the most relatable part of the whole story. The feeling of being forgotten. You've helped someone, you've been promised something, and then silence. It's a test of patience, a test of faith that feels almost impossible to pass. But God hadn't forgotten Joseph. He was just working on a different timeline. After those 2 years, Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, has a set of disturbing dreams that no one can interpret. Suddenly, the cupbearer remembers the Hebrew man in prison who could interpret dreams. Joseph is summoned from the dungeon, cleaned up, and brought before the most powerful man in the world. And in that moment, standing before Pharaoh, Joseph doesn't take the credit. He says, "I cannot do it, but God will give Pharaoh the answer he desires." He interprets the dreams, predicting 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of severe famine. But he doesn't stop there. He offers a practical plan: store up grain during the good years to survive the bad years. Pharaoh is so impressed by Joseph's wisdom and humility that he doesn't just send him back to prison. He makes Joseph the second most powerful man in all of Egypt. He puts him in charge of the entire plan. Think about that journey. From a pit, to a slave, to a prisoner, to a prime minister. All those years of suffering, of being overlooked, of doing the right thing with no reward, they were all part of the process. They were preparing him for this exact moment. The famine comes, just as Joseph predicted. And who shows up in Egypt, desperate for food? His brothers. The very same brothers who sold him into slavery. They bowed down before him, not even recognizing him. His childhood dreams had come true, but not in the way he ever could have imagined. Here's the climax of the story. Joseph could have taken revenge. He had every right to. He had the power to make them pay for everything they did to him. But he doesn't. After testing them to see if their hearts have changed, he reveals himself. And when they are terrified, expecting the worst, he speaks some of the most powerful words in the entire Bible. "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. He saw the bigger picture. He understood that every single painful step of his journey, the betrayal, the slavery, the false accusation, the years in prison, was used by God to put him in a position to save his family and the entire nation from starvation. His suffering had a purpose. So what does this mean for us today? It means that your current situation is not your final destination. The pit you might feel you're in right now, whether it's a dead-end job, a broken relationship, a financial struggle, or a period of waiting, it's not the end of your story. Like Joseph, you might feel forgotten. You might feel like your dreams are dead. You might feel like doing the right thing gets you nowhere. But Joseph's story is a powerful reminder that there is a purpose in the process. The skills you're learning in your current struggle, the character you're building through your hardship, the patience you're developing while you wait, it's all preparation. God is weaving a bigger story, and your current chapter, no matter how difficult, is a crucial part of it. Don't let bitterness take root. Don't give up on your integrity. Continue to use your gifts, even when no one seems to be watching. Like Joseph in prison, be faithful in the small things. Your moment is coming, and when it does, you'll be able to look back and see how every detour, every setback, and every heartbreak was part of a divine plan to get you exactly where you needed to be to accomplish something amazing. You might be in the pit right now, but your palace is coming. Thanks so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that I hope will encourage you on your journey. See you next time.